welcome back to the Blogging Breakdown. So today I'm going to be sharing with you the best, in my opinion, affiliate networks and programs for bloggers. If you didn't know, a lot of bloggers make a lot of their income with affiliate links. An affiliate link includes information that allows brands to connect customer activity back to your recommendations and pay you for it. An affiliate program is where you apply to basically get access to those links that you can share out to your community. You can sign up for an affiliate program through the brand itself, or you can apply to an affiliate network that offers affiliate links for multiple brands under one platform. So while there is a plethora of affiliate programs out there, I'm going to be specifically focusing on the lifestyle, fashion, beauty niche, just because that is what I do. I know that there are other platforms that are best suited for like travel bloggers and food bloggers, but I can only speak to what I know or what I have researched. So that's primarily what I'm going to be focusing on in this video. So if you want to learn the best affiliate networks and programs for bloggers, then just keep on watching. So whether you're a new blogger or an established blogger, affiliate links is really a great way for you to be making money online and obviously getting paid for the recommendations that you give out to your audience. But exactly what is the best platform? Well, there's so many things that come into play whenever deciding what is the best platform for you and your content. So a couple of the things that I look for whenever I am looking for an affiliate platform to apply to is, number one is the commission rates. Obviously, you want to get paid the most for those recommendations. So it's really good for you to do a little bit of research before deciding on whether to apply to a network. I made the big mistake whenever I first started blogging, just apply to everything. I remember that obviously I was a new blogger, so it was really hard for me to get accepted to other platforms like LTK and Collective Voice. So I started off on, I think it was Rakuten and Commission Junction, which now they call themselves CJ. And whenever you apply and get on there, there is a plethora of, I've said plethora twice now in this video, which is really weird because that's not usually in my vocabulary. There is a lot of brands in these networks. So an affiliate network essentially just houses a bunch of brands. Usually they'll take care of all of their affiliate marketing for these brands. So if like you've ever gone to Nordstrom and try to apply to their affiliate program or Shopbop, usually it'll like redirect you back to Rakuten, or if they're still with Rakuten, I'm not sure, but I think they still are. And that is because Rakuten is basically taking care of their affiliate marketing. So whenever I first started, I remembered being on Rakuten and I would just be like, apply to all of these affiliate programs that were in there. So any brands that I was familiar with, I just applied. Even brands that, although I liked them, maybe I didn't have something of them, I would still apply. And it got really, really overwhelming, especially when you would be bombarded with emails of like the updates or this new sale, and it was a lot. A good way to start is write down the brands that you are naturally already sharing with your audience. So if you visit Target a lot, that might be a good place to start, just because you're already naturally sharing these products from these brands with your audience. So not only is it organic and your audience already is kind of like a warm lead to it because you've been talking about it a lot, but I also feel like you're more prone to actually use those links because you're already sharing that product. So I think I had applied to, one of them was like a hotel. I think it was Bonvoy, and I have gone to a couple of those Marriotts, but I don't travel very often. Not by choice. I wish I could, but I'm not a travel blogger, and so just doesn't make sense for me. So that's what I mean when kind of like shop around whenever you're looking around. So definitely check out the commission rates. Another thing you want to check out is their cookie window. So a cookie window is basically the time frame that the brand gives you from the time that a customer clicks on your link to the time that they have to check out. So what happens is whenever somebody clicks on a link, there is a cookie that is installed into their browser. And basically, depending on the cookie window, it could be 24 hours, it could be 30 days. That cookie window is reserved for you. So if that person, either they check out immediately or maybe they add it to their cart but then like forget about it and come back like a couple of days later, as long as it's within that cookie window, then you get the commission for a percentage of the purchase that they have in that cart. So that's how it works. So it's always really good to look at that. Like for instance, Amazon's a really big affiliate platform, but I think their cookie window is only 24 hours at last check. Correct me if I'm wrong, so it's not very long. Another thing to consider is how they're willing to pay you. Are they willing to do pay per acquisition or pay per click? So pay per acquisition is how much they're willing to pay, the percentage that they're willing to pay based on the purchase that the customer made. So you will get, and they will let you know obviously whenever you sign up for an affiliate program either within the networks or if you go with the actual brand, they will tell you how much they are willing to give you percentage-wise of the cart value that the customer has purchased. So it can be anywhere from like 1%. Some places they go up to 12, 15%. I have seen some on Howl. If you've ever checked Howl out, it's like 25% commission that they're willing to pay. So it just really depends. And also sometimes these rates will vary. So depending on whether they're having sales or it's seasonal, it can vary. So it's not a set and forget it. Like if you sign up for their program, it doesn't mean that like if it's 8%, that's gonna be 8% forever. It can go up, it can go down. It's just the way it is. Pay per click is they will pay you a percentage every time that the customer clicks on your link. So there's not a lot of those programs out there anymore. I cannot even remember if I ever signed up for one of those. I know they don't do those very often anymore. But if you find one, it's good because it's like you're getting paid, even if they don't purchase, you're getting paid for the click. The thing is that they pay very, very minimal for the click. So you have to have like a ton of clicks in order for it to like be worth your while. Another thing to consider is how easy is it to use. Again, different brands are on different platforms or networks, so it just really depends. I personally have found CJ to be kind of hard to work with. I can find the links, I can get the banners to put on my blog, but it's a lot of work to try to get a link. As opposed to LTK, it's just super simple. There is already an extension I have on my Chrome browser, and I'm able to just be on any website that is obviously partnered with LTK, and I could just go ahead and click it and get my link. So if you want to learn a little bit more about LTK and how to link products, you can go ahead and watch this video, and I go over everything on how to install the extension onto your browser and also how to link products either on your desktop, your phone, and even whenever you are not on the LTK Creator app. So I go over all of that in this video, so go check that one out whenever you have a chance. Another thing to consider is how easy is it for you to join. Whenever you are a new blogger, it's a little bit harder to join certain platforms and networks because they want to see that you are an active participant either on social media or you actually have significant traffic going to your blog. So it can be a little bit hard to get onto some of these networks whenever you're just starting out. Some of the platforms that I think are great for newer bloggers are ShareASale, you can try out Rakuten, Paperjam, and CJ Affiliates. Those are 4 of the larger affiliate networks, and I feel like you're gonna find a lot of the brands that you share, especially if you're in the lifestyle, fashion, or beauty niche, in those networks. So definitely check those out whenever you get a chance. Another thing to consider is their reporting dashboard. So you wanna be able to kind of pinpoint exactly which links are generating revenue for you and which ones are not. I think that is like crucial information that's going to keep you from just spinning your wheels and going nowhere. Instead, allow you to really pinpoint as to what your audience is really gravitating towards and what they are consuming and loving and what is not. Another thing to consider is sponsorships. Do they help you with sponsorships? That's another revenue stream for bloggers. So I know LTK has their own, like it almost feels like they have their own agency. So certain brands that they partner with, they will actually do sponsorships. They also have a whole section where you can actually look for different brands that are offering either gifted or paid partnerships, and you can go in there, you can check out what the brand is going to be asking for. If they are offering monetary gifting, then you can actually do a proposal there. You have communication with the brand within the LTK Creator app. So there's like a ton, I almost said plethora. There is a ton of ways that you can kind of secure brand partnerships through LTK. I have had a representative from Mango reach out through CJ, so that's another way that you can go about it. So definitely check that out. Also, if it's kind of hard for you to find out information by just going onto their website, if there's like an affiliate help desk, then maybe you can connect with somebody who is in charge of getting creators onto their platform and maybe ask them a few questions. One being, obviously, do they offer sponsorship? Finally, you want to make sure that the commission rates are competitive. There are a few of my favorite brands on LTK that offer way higher commissions than they do on CJ, one being obviously Mango. So again, it makes more sense for you to go with the program that's gonna pay you more than the other one. One of the bigger networks that I know a lot of people love to get on is Amazon. So the Amazon Associates, there is also an Amazon Influencer program. So there are two, they are separate, Amazon Associates, Amazon Influencer. So the difference between Amazon Associates and Amazon Influencer is Amazon Associates is like, if you're a blogger, you have access to link to their products. You still get the access to the online dashboard and all the other marketing tools that the influencer program has. The influencer program is kind of like an extension from Amazon Associates. So Amazon Influencers was mainly geared towards social media influencers. So what they want from these creators is videos, photos. So anytime that you go on Amazon and you see like a video that is on the bottom of like the product page, those are essentially Amazon influencers. Another perk with the Amazon influencer program is that you get your storefront. So you have a storefront where you can house your picks, you can have idea lists, you can do Amazon Lives. So there is a lot more benefits to be an Amazon influencer than Amazon Associate. I think Amazon Influencer, you also have better rates. They also have certain times I'll get like an email where it says like from this month to this month, we are offering like triple the commission rate. And so on certain, categories. And so there is like, I think there's more opportunity in Amazon Influencer. Of course, they're looking for some sort of social presence. So not just having a blog, but also having a social presence. You don't have to have a gajillion followers. Like I don't even have 5,000 followers on Instagram. So clearly that is not it. I think they just kind of want to, kind of like LTK, we want to make sure that you have a presence and you're constantly like on. I haven't been off social media for like months at a time. If you're constantly sharing products and it's very organic, I think that you'll be okay. So maybe applying for it might be a good idea. Obviously, a lot of people have Amazon. It's so easy to share multiple products across the board. I mean, really anything, whether you do lifestyle, fashion, or beauty, if you want to do home, I think it's a really great program to get on. I've noticed that a lot of the times the rates are not that great, so they're in less than one hand. I'll just say that. I can't disclose what the rates are, but they're less than one hand percentage, okay? And I have noticed that on LTK, it's about one hand. Again, most of the time I am linking from LTK to Amazon, but there are times that I will go ham on my Amazon links just because there are opportunities on there as well. There is another similar to LTK where you can go on there and the brands will have certain like campaigns that they're running and you can apply for that. Sometimes they'll gift a product to you, sometimes they won't. I have noticed a lot of them are not gifting anymore. There is another extension of the Amazon Influencer program where I think like depending on how much you make in the month, you might be accepted into this other group where you have like an actual contact person and like I think they give you a credit every month to purchase items. So I'm not on that, so I can't speak to it, but I know a few creators that are. So obviously it's beneficial to link on Amazon even if the rate is a little bit lower because there's other opportunities there. Also, Amazon just has a really good conversion rate because people are constantly putting things in their cart. People are always buying off of Amazon. So it's a good business decision if you ask me. The bad thing about joining Amazon is obviously the cookie window is fairly short. I think it's like 24 hours. And also they just did away with SiteStripe, which you would be able to kind of like make a little widget where you could put on your blog, and they did away with that. So now you can only get text links. So I just use text links whenever I can on my blog. Also, Amazon is very, very, they're sticklers for their rules. So you want to make sure you abide with them because they will be quick to kick you off. So you want to make sure that you read the operating agreement. Don't cross any lines. For more established bloggers, I would definitely recommend, especially lifestyle, fashion, beauty niche, I recommend LTK and Shop Style Collective. And the reason I say LTK is one that I have really put a focus on, just because I feel like it's a very established brand already. People have come to know that whenever you're linking something, chances are you have all of your stuff already linked on your LTK shop. So that's where I drive most of my traffic, is to my LTK shop. They also offer a ton of tools for bloggers, so you could do your boutiques, you could do a lookbook. They do have a Shop the Post widget, which I'll tell you in a little bit why I don't like it. They're also really easy to use. I love the LTK dashboard. It just gives me all the information I need. I'm able to know exactly what links are getting clicked on, what's being bought. I can also differentiate because there is a part where you can see which links are getting the most traffic on LTK specifically, and which ones are getting it from your blog and social. So that way I can kind of know, like, okay, do I need to focus more on my blog links or my LTK? Roughly they're 50-50, so that's why I just focus on both. But if you notice that like your blog traffic links are exploding, then maybe that is a good indicator that you need to really focus on those links that you're placing on your blog, because clearly they're bringing you income. Also, I've noticed that LTK has higher commission rates than a lot of the other platforms that I mentioned for newer bloggers, so ShareASale, Rakuten, CJ. I've noticed that a lot of their commissions are a lot larger, so that's another reason I tend to link a lot through LTK. The thing I don't like about LTK is that I guess this is probably out of their control. This is brand to brand. It's like, depends on the type of brand, but most brands will close out their commissions within 60 days, but I've noticed that I've had commissions from certain retailers that won't close out until like 120, 150 days. And for us smaller creators, like, that hurts. Like, if you have to wait nearly 6 months for a commission that you made to get paid out, like, it stinks, especially because a lot of these retailers, their return policy is 30 days. So after 30 days, if they can't return it, you're not going to refund the money to the customer, then you should be able to pay out that commission. But again, I guess that might be out of LTK's control, but it is very annoying. Another thing about LTK is, even if you are an established blogger, sometimes it can be a little bit harder to join. LTK is definitely looking for blogs that are well established and they have great visuals. They want to make sure that you're very consistent as well, and also that you're kind of niche specific. Doesn't mean that obviously with lifestyle blogs that you share everything, but they want to make sure that there's a certain focus. Don't blog often. If you don't have any imagery on your blog, or you're not very active on socials, then it is going to be a little bit harder for you to get accepted. Again, you don't have to have a ton of followers, because I was accepted when I had about 2,000 Instagram followers. So I don't think it's the following. I think they just want to make sure that you're consistent, you're sharing, your imagery is great, you know, your pictures are looking nice, they're not like grainy or anything. If you want to learn more about how to get accepted to LTK, I suggest that you watch this video. So in that video, I go over tips on how to get accepted, what exactly LTK is looking for whenever they are looking for applicants, and also I give you some tips as to the type of content that they're looking for, what you can start doing now so you can increase your chances of getting accepted to LTK. So as I mentioned earlier, the Shop the Post widget, which I absolutely loved. I loved the way it looked. I loved how easy it was to build, and I would basically plug this into my blog so people would have a visual and they would be able to see like the product and shop from there, instead of just like having to click on a word on my blog post. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was an update to WordPress or maybe it was my theme. I'm not sure, but all of a sudden I noticed that every single blog post that had the LTK Shop the Post widget within the post, it like would cut off my blog post in half. I got with my theme builder, I got with LTK, they were just going back and forth. They said LTK would say it was my theme, the theme would say it's LTK, like it was just a whole back and forth. So I basically had to go in, and this only happened like maybe 6 months ago, and I've been blogging since 2018. So, well, I actually just got accepted, 2021 I think is when I was accepted to LTK. So luckily it wasn't all the blog posts, it wasn't a lot before then, but afterwards there was a lot. So I am still now finding some of my blog posts that are all wonky, so that was very frustrating. It never got fixed, and at this point I'm just afraid to use them, so I don't use the LTK Shop to Post widgets anymore. What I do use is Collective Voice. So Collective Voice is another one. Just like LTK, they have a lot of the same retailers available for you to link. They also have a really great extension, just like LTK. What I love about Collective Voice is their widget that you can create their product widgets. So I feel like it's less clunky than the LTK one. Also, it doesn't completely mess up my blog post. I also like the fact that you get a notification on Collective Voice that an item within a widget that you use or built is out of stock. So in that case, you can go onto your Collective Voice dashboard and actually switch out the product for a different one, maybe from a different retailer, but that way you don't have any widgets with links going to something that's out of stock. So that's what I really love about Collective Voice, is definitely their widgets and the ability to switch out products, you know, from the dashboard. You don't have to go and fish them out of your blog post. So that's a big plus. So I really use both. Now I've been using exclusively the product widgets from Collective Voice on my blog posts. They also have a sell alert little icon that you can go ahead and click. LTK has a sell alert as well, but it didn't have one for the actual widget. So that's why I like Collective Voice. You can do a little sell alert on there. So those are really kind of like the pros and cons of them. I've noticed that sometimes the retailers on LTK have a higher commission on Collective Voice, but then interchangeably, sometimes I see that, you know, Collective Voice has a higher, so I kind of bounce back. The thing I love about LTK is that they have an established community and it's grand. And even if you don't have a lot of traffic on social or your blog, you can still make sales because there's a ton of people that go to their actual shopping app, the LTK app, to go shop. So depending on the type of content that you provide, you might show up on some of those people's feeds. There's a greater probability that you can make a sale there. I've never heard of anybody talk about Shop Collective's shop pages, which they do have, but it's just not as, I guess, promoted. So that's another reason I use LTK a lot. The widgets I use from Collective Voice. So there you have it. Those are the best affiliate networks for lifestyle bloggers, fashion bloggers, or beauty bloggers, in my opinion. I mean, I'm sure everybody has their favorites and their pros and cons, but for me, those are the platforms that I use on the regular, and they have worked just fine for me. Oh, you know, I did not mention Howl. Another new platform that's come on the scene, I think it's probably been about a year, is Howl Planet, I think it is. I just call it Howl. So just like LTK and Collective Voice, they also have a dashboard where you can go ahead, or an extension that you can apply on your browser so that you can go ahead and link products. I cannot speak too much on it because I've played around with it a little bit. I've used a few of their links. It's not my go-to, except for a few of their brands. The good thing about Howl is that some of their brands will not retract the commissions that you earn if something gets returned. So I think Sephora is one of them. So anytime I'm doing like the Sephora sale, I will use Howl links because they will not take back the commission. Like other retailers, they usually have that commission rate window, like, you know, I was talking about the 90 to 120 days. It's because if anybody returns anything, then basically you lose that commission, they will take it back. But Howl, not all the brands, but some brands will not take back their commission, so that's a plus. I also noticed that a lot of the brands there, they have way higher commissions. Maybe not now. I think whenever they first started, there was some brands that was like 30% commission. It was insane. So that's another affiliate network that you can check out. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the link down below for all of the affiliate platforms that we mentioned today and the pages so that you can go sign up. I hope this video was helpful for you, whether you're new or an established blogger. Maybe it opened your eyes up to different networks that you can check out. I know we're all just trying to get those coins here on the internet, so I wish you the best of luck. Go ahead and leave me any questions that you have down below. I'll be more than happy to get those answered for you. In the meantime, go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you found this video useful. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and we'll chat soon. Bye.